You've seen it a million times. Your child working hard on something new, and when they finish, they look up, waiting for your reaction. So you say, "Good job." But what if I told you those words could be holding them back in ways you might not realize? What if I told you there's a simple shift in how you praise that can completely change how they approach challenges and how they see themselves? In today's video, I'm going to show you why the way you praise your child matters so much more than you think, and how a few small changes can help them build lasting confidence, all on their own. Let's start with the phrase most of us say all the time, "Good job." Now, while it seems harmless, this simple phrase is actually one of the biggest obstacles to your child's resilience and growth. Why? Because it focuses on the end result instead of the process. And in doing so, it teaches your child to rely on your approval for self-worth rather than developing their own sense of pride. Instead of "good job," let's dive into how we can reframe our praise to build confidence and independence. 7 phrases that undermine resilience and what you can say instead. We all want to tell our kids they're smart, but here's the problem. When we say this, we're tying their success to something that feels fixed, their intelligence. If they struggle or fail, they might think they've lost something that can't be regained. What to say instead? "I love how you worked through that problem. You really thought about it and didn't give up." By focusing on the effort, you're teaching them that intelligence grows with hard work and persistence. For example, instead of saying, "You're so smart," when your child solves a problem, say, "I'm proud of how you broke that down and kept going even when it was tricky." This reinforces their ability to problem solve, and that effort is what leads to success. As parents, it's easy to make comparisons, especially when you see one child excelling in a certain area. But comparing your child to others can make them feel like their value depends on how they stack up against someone else. What to say instead? "Look at how much you've grown since last week. You're improving every day, and I love seeing your progress." Celebrate their unique journey and focus on their personal growth rather than comparisons. And instead of saying, "Why can't you be more like your sister?" try saying, "I see how hard you've worked and you're really improving. I love your creativity." This shift focuses on their effort, making them feel good about their own journey and progress. This is the most commonly used phrase, but it's also one of the most harmful. Why? Because "good job" is vague, and it focuses solely on the end result. Your child starts to rely on your approval to feel good about themselves. What to say instead? "Look at how you organized all the blocks. You made sure the largest ones were at the bottom, and it's standing so well." By focusing on specific actions, you're helping them see the process they went through and teaching them to take pride in their work. Instead of just saying "good job," say, "You really put in effort to get this done, and you should feel proud of how it turned out." This teaches them that their effort and attention to detail matter. While telling your child they're the best may seem like praise, it actually creates a fear of failure. It sets an unrealistic expectation that they always have to be perfect or at the top, which can make them afraid to try anything new. What to say instead? Wow, you did a great job figuring this out. I'm proud of how you challenged yourself and stayed focused. This focuses on their effort and growth, teaching them that success comes from perseverance, not perfection. Instead of saying, "You're the best artist," say, "I love how you tried something new with your drawing. Your creativity is really growing." This keeps the pressure off while focusing on the learning process. While it's important to comfort your child when they're feeling down, this phrase can sometimes send the wrong message. It can teach them that trying hard is enough, but they won't learn that persistence and pushing through challenges are key to growth. What to say instead? "I see how much effort you put into that. It didn't work this time, but let's figure out a different approach together." This teaches them that setbacks are part of learning, and they can always try a different way. Instead of just saying, "It's okay, you tried your best," try, "I love how you didn't give up. Let's work together to figure out the next step." This encourages your child to keep trying and learning from their mistakes. This phrase is common, but it can make your child dependent on your approval to feel good about themselves. You're reinforcing the idea that their self-worth comes from how you feel about them. What to say instead? "How do you feel about how that turned out? Are you proud of yourself?" By asking them how they feel about their work, you're helping them reflect on their own accomplishments and building internal pride. Instead of saying, "I'm so proud of you," say, "You did such a great job. How do you feel about your work?" This shifts the focus to their own sense of accomplishment, helping them develop self-trust. When your child makes a mistake or fails, this phrase can make them believe that their value is tied to success. It teaches them to connect their worth with performance, which can make them avoid challenges out of fear of failure. What to say instead? "It's okay to make mistakes. The important thing is that you keep trying and learning from them." This teaches your child that failure is just a step in the process, not a measure of their worth. Instead of saying, "Don't worry, you're still good enough," try, "I love how you're not giving up. Every mistake is just a step closer to getting it right." This encourages them to embrace mistakes and see them as opportunities to grow. By shifting the way we praise our children, we're teaching them to trust themselves, to believe in their own efforts and resilience. It's not about avoiding challenges, it's about facing them head on, knowing they've got what it takes. If you want to continue building a strong, confident foundation for your child, make sure to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss more helpful tips. And if you've seen a change in your child's confidence from shifting how you praise them, I'd love to hear your story. Drop a comment below and let's keep the conversation going.